This is Excel lesson chapter 1, lesson 8, copying formulas containing an absolute reference. Sometimes you do not want a cell reference to change when you copy the formula, so you need to create an absolute reference. To make a cell reference absolute, you enter a $sign before both the column letter and row number of that cell in the formula. For example, the formula equals $B$4 plus $B$5 contained in a cell in column B remains $B$4 plus $B$5 when copied to column C, and so forth and so on. The cell addresses do not adjust based on the new formula location. Let's try it. In step number 1, we will click cell E5 to select it. So here's cell E5. Step number 2, we will drag the fill handle through cell E10 to fill the formula. Drag this all the way down to E10 to fill the formula. Notice C8 displays an error message, so you know there must be a problem with the copied formula. This is an error message because there are no numbers. In step 3, we will click cell E5 to select it again. Notice that it subtracts the median value calculated in cell B11 from Jones's expenses. Over here, it is subtracting B5 minus B11 from Jones' expenses. You need, for each of the formulas in the column, to subtract the value in B11. This value over here must not change. So you need to change it to an absolute reference for cell B11. So in step 4, with cell E5 still selected, cell E5, we will press F2 to enter into edit mode. F2 allows us to go inside the cell. And then once we're in there, we will press in step 5 F4 to add a $sign for the row letter and column number for cell B11 in the formula, and then press enter to finish the change. Notice I haven't pressed F4 yet, but notice up here, as soon as I press F4, watch what happens. F4, now notice that it has automatically inserted $signs in the B11 cell before the letter and before the number. In step 6, I will, I forgot to click enter to finish the change. Okay, notice how it's changed already. So in step 6, we will click E5 to select it again. There's E5. In step 7, we will drag the fill handle down through E10 to fill the formula and see if it corrects this mistake over here. Back down, let it go, and there are no more mistakes. Now it fills in correctly. With the range E5 through E10 still selected, we will now click copy. And then step 9, click cell E15 to select it. Here's E15 down here. In step 10, we will click the paste button to paste it. Look at the formula bar. The absolute reference in the formula still refers to cell B11, but for this set of data, you need for it to refer to cell B21. Notice when I hit the paste. Okay, it is still referring to cell B11, which is up here. We need this formula to be referring over to this cell over here in B21. So in order to fix it, we will click on cell E15 to select it. Here's E15. Notice that it says B11. In step 12, we will use the method of our choice to change the absolute reference in the formula from B11 to B21. Simply come up here to the formula bar and hit the backspace twice to delete the 11, and we will change that 11 to a 21. And then we hit enter. Okay. With the cell E15 selected, again, E15, from step number 13, we will drag the fill handle down through cell E20 to fill the formula. And that concludes the end of this lesson. I will click on, in the view button, there is a command. Actually, it's not the view button. There's a command that allows you to see all of the formulas, but you can tell over here as I click on all the numbers down in E15 and below. Notice that now it is referring to B21. When I click on the next one, it's still B21. When I click on row 17, it's B21. So they are all being calculated according to the medium down over here as well. And this is what we mean by forcing Excel to an absolute reference, meaning that it is not changing. It is always B21 on all the cells. Now it is an absolute reference.